Hello and welcome to Life with Jane. We're doing a recipe again, a foodie Friday, and I'm doing an apple cake, a traditional apple cake. So what we need is, we want 6 ounces of softened butter, which I've just put it on here. I don't want to use that spoon because I want to, hold on, let me just use another spoon because I want to use my big spoon for my measuring. So I've literally just softened it a little bit, so you don't want it to be hard. So I've just, as I say, softened that a little bit, and then we want 6 ounces of sugar. So this is granulated sugar, and it's a new one actually. So I just need to put, and because I'm going to have it as a quite a nice flavoured of cake, I'm going to put half of this, so 3 of these, and you can do the whole lot. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 4. So 4 of that, and then I'm going to do 2 of some dark brown sugar, because I think that the dark brown sugar will add a lovely sort of caramelised flavour to the cake. You don't have to use it, you can use ordinary sugar, but this is dark soft brown sugar, and I bought some recently, as you know, so I'm wanting to use it. So I want to take 2 of these. Now these are quite heavy ones because it's quite dense, so 1, and I'm going to take 1 like that, so it's not quite a full. If you want to weigh it, but you will find that soft brown sugar, because it's denser, actually weighs a bit more than caster sugar, because the caster sugar is quite sort of soft. So what we need to do now is we need to combine all of this together. So you're going to mix it in, and as you can see, mine is now fairly soft, and you're going to mix this till it's all combined. And then start beating it. So I'm going to do my normal little trick of putting a tea towel underneath, and then it's easier for mixing it in. But we want to just, now you can use a hand mixer if you want to. I just like to show you that you can do it. I do it with a wooden spoon because wooden spoons are easier for mixing all together. Now, the longer that you mix it for, the lighter it will become. So just sort of cream it all together. Can you see how it's a lovely colour as well, which is what I wanted. So that's your, so 6 ounces of sugar and 6 ounces of butter, and you cream it all together till it's nice and soft like that. Now I've got 3 eggs. It's always twice the quantity of dry ingredients to 3 eggs, so it will be 4, 4, 4 and 2 eggs, 6, 6, 6 as I'm doing now with 3 eggs, 8, 8, 8 and 4 eggs. And I'm just going to put about half of this in to start off with, and then mix it up. Because if you put it all in, it can curdle. It doesn't really make any difference to the actual cake, but you don't really want that to happen. So I'm literally just mixing it through. Keep thinking that I get my head in it. You will have set your oven to gas mark 5, 4 to 5, and with 180 degrees Fahrenheit. I can't remember what it is, centigrade. You can look it up. It's a medium oven. So those are my 3 eggs. And I'm going to turn it this way so I can give it a beat up. Get all of those eggs in there. There we are, that's lovely. Now, make sure that I've got it all up from the sides. Okay, now we want to add 6 ounces of self-raising flour. Now you can use self-raising flour, or you can use self-raising wholemeal flour. I think I'm probably going to use a bit of both because I don't know whether I've got enough of them both. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do another and 2 of these, and this is, you know, again, I've always said use what you've got. So I'm going to put 2 of wholemeal in there. So I'm still using my 6. I could put all wholemeal if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. It's only because if I need to do something with a little bit of flour, I've got a little bit of flour in here left, not a lot, and a little bit of my self-raising flour. Okay, so now I just want to incorporate all of that in together. And it should be quite a nice, relatively loose, whoops, it's me throwing my flour about, it's me trying to be doing it quickly. So I'm just incorporating all of this flour in. Like this. And again, I'm just going to make sure that it's all incorporated in nicely. Flour from the side, all the flour from the bottom. Now I've got 2 apples that I've chopped fairly finely. Now I could have put, they've gone a little, started to go a little brown, but not a lot. So I'm going to put those 2 apples in there because I want it to be quite an appley cake. If you chop them small, then they're going to be absolutely fine. And then I'm just going to mix all of this in together. Like that, so you've got all of the apple in there. And then you're going to put it into the oven, and it will take about 55 minutes. So check it part way through, and if you need to turn the oven down slightly, do so, because what you don't want is for it to crisp. Now I have got an 8-inch spring tin, which is that deep, 8-inch tin. and I'm just going to pour the mixture straight into this tin. Just take all the bits from the side. I must get myself a spatula. I always use wooden spoons and I don't use a spatula. If I used a spatula, I could get all of these little bits up from the side. But as I say, I don't often do that. So, right, let's take that down round like that. To try and get as much of this mixture in. And I love the fact with the soft brown sugar, it's given it a lovely colour. Okay, so that's about take that and move that to there for a minute, and I'm just going to spread it out across the bottom. Like that. Take that off like that. So I've got all of the mixture in there like that. Right, now I'm just going to take a little bit of that soft brown sugar and I'm just going to sprinkle it across the top. Now I'm just literally taking some in my fingers because it's the sort of thing that you can't really put through a sieve. It's literally just, and I don't want too much, I just want a little bit over the top. So as that cake rises and cooks, there we go, it will have this lovely sort of caramelised, lovely sugary bit on the top, which I think will be delicious. So that's going to go in the oven and I will be back once we've got it out. Well, it's out of the oven. It's still a little warm, but it's absolutely lovely. You can test it by, you know, if you press your finger and it comes up, it's beautiful. Now I'm going to do something a little different this time. So I have got these, I don't know how they're going to work. I've got these stencils. So I'm going to put this stencil on. It's probably still a little warm, but we'll have a little go and see if I can actually get, let me put some of this in. Whoops, I have to do it this way. I'm going to put some of this in first. It's still a bit warm, so you know me, I always do things when it's warm instead of waiting for it to cool, but I haven't got a huge amount of patience. So let's have a look and see if we can get it through these little holes all the way round. And it then should give it a little pattern piece around the sides. Just a little bit more. Need a little bit of icing sugar in on there. So I got these stencils ages and ages and ages ago, and I was given them and I've never used them. And I thought, you know what, just to add a little bit of something, let's have a little go with these stencils. So I'll show you what they are afterwards, just to see if this will actually work. Hopefully it will. I'm not completely sure, but let's have a little look and take it off and see. Oh yes, look at that. That's very pretty, isn't it? Right, bit of a waste because obviously you waste the other bit of it. Now I've got some other ones, so let me see if I can do something to go on the inside of it. Because I've got that round the outside. In fact, what I should do is to just take another little bit and just do it on the inside. So see if I can just take it, because I don't want it to go onto the other bit. So I'm just going to take it round here, so I've got some in on the centre. I don't want it to be too near to the pattern, otherwise the pattern will disappear, but that, I think, will work quite nicely. I think that's quite pretty like that. Right, so I need to cut into it, but I want to take a picture of it first, so I shall be back in a minute once I've done a picture. Hello, right, so I'm going to show you that's the stencils. So they're called cake stencils, and I don't even know who they're by. It's literally just a book that turns round, and if I show you like this one, it just turns around and shows you various different ways of doing cakes, and in the back there's a whole pile of stencils, or 8 stencils. So that's what they are. This is the cake now, which obviously is now made and finished. So I'm going to just do a slice. Let's bring you down a bit. And on there, just a tad. Icing sugar and everything's still out. Let's bring you to there. Right, I'm going to take a slice out of it. Very soft. Still a bit warm. You know what I'm like with things that are warm. Shouldn't really have them warm. Should wait for them to get cold, but I like to get videos and everything up. Right, I'm going to take that off. Let me just get a little plate. Let's see what this looks like. Also some greaseproof paper in on the bottom, which I think I showed you. So that's what it looks like. You can see it's steaming away. Absolutely lovely on there. So I think we're going to have a taste, don't we? So let me just get myself a little fork. I'm only going to have a little taste because, let's bring you up again a bit. I'm only going to have a little taste because if I have too much of a taste, then it's going to be too hot and I won't have it later on. So let's have a little look and see. Very, very, whoops, do it this way. Very, very light, as you can see. Incredibly light. Very hot. Really nice. Lovely and soft. The apple is perfectly cooked. So you can see on there, the apple is absolutely perfectly cooked. So I didn't cook the apple at all. I just diced it very small, as you saw. And it's really melts in the mouth. So I hope you'll give that one a try. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.